If I'm being honest here, I've had just about enough of consoles. PC gaming has definitely made some big strides in this current generation, and outside of a few exclusives and some early console releases, which I rarely get a chance to grab on day one, I wasn't really satisfied with my console like I was in the past. With that being said, it would seem that the next generation of gaming is right around the corner, and I've been thinking about what exactly it would take to change my mind about these potential up-and-comers. So here are my 5 must-haves for the next generation of consoles. One of the best things Xbox One managed to do after a nightmarish beginning was make most of their last-gen catalog available for the new system. And I like to think that this may have somewhat paid off for them. With the power of Xbox One X and the enhanced feature used to infuse more performance in some of the classic titles, I was quite impressed. PlayStation 4, on the other hand, completely disappointed in this regard. Their game streaming service PlayStation Now was certainly forward-thinking, but just not enough to truly enjoy the classics, given input delay and connection issues were going to undoubtedly kill the experience. So what do I want on the next gen of consoles? The ultimate backwards compatible gaming console ever made, that is what. Now, while it would be incredible for them to give players access to both their physical and digital media, I could honestly live with them just allowing us to port over our digital catalog to the next console. If you don't already know this, PC digital stores have access to an entire back catalog of games, much of which can be transferred to brand new PCs. So as far as I'm concerned, there's no excuse for consoles not to have the same accessibility. I refuse to purchase another console if this is not available. Certain hardware manufacturers may have you believing that ray tracing is the future. We'll not name them here, but I for one strongly disagree. After all, the current generation of consoles has struggled to hit a native 4K resolution consistently, let alone giving us 60 frames per second on even 1080p. The next generation of consoles have to aim for this performance increase, and I do believe they will based on what the Xbox One X has accomplished, as they've been somewhat able to give players a 4K gaming experience on the console. You have to think that maybe, just maybe, these guys are paying attention. 1440p isn't going to cut it in a market where 4K TVs are on the rise, and if the next gen console can bring a consistent 60 FPS and this native resolution to their new hardware, they may just get a rise out of me. One thing the PC does best is optimization, and although this is mainly left on the developer to produce, I think bringing it to console in a simpler form would work wonders. As much as I want to be able to see more games running at a smooth 60 frames per second on a 4K screen, it's obvious to me that developers like to push the hardware's limit, visually leaving us performance nerds to cry over their autonomous ambitions. Giving gamers a way of optimizing settings for better performance, like we have somewhat seen with the current gen of consoles, would be a huge game changer for the next generation of consoles, and at this point, they would have my interest and not just my curiosity. Having backwards compatibility is great, but what would be even better is support for older gaming devices. Consoles have long since left behind the unique control inputs for wireless and USB support, so it really left me scratching my head when so little support was given for legacy controllers. We all knew it was possible, yet and still it was at the discretion of the developer and was not a requirement. If you want my money, then this definitely needs to be a thing, because I'm not buying another controller unless it comes with the console. That's just not happening. Consoles have been absolutely horrible about giving their users free rein when it comes to their personal media, but certain applications will not speak of right now. Many of these applications are available on a very wide assortment of Android devices. We have seen Kodi make its official return back on the Xbox platform, and Plex is widely available, but it still just feels like they don't quite want to let go, and honestly, I think it's time. Let developers release more amazing applications on your system. Why should we have to go to another device when there's a perfectly good piece of hardware capable of doing the exact same thing? Yes, I get it, a console is for gaming, this much is true, but giving users more access to do more never once hindered that experience in my opinion. Do this last and final thing, and maybe, just maybe, I'll turn around. So those are the 5 must-haves for the next generation of consoles that I feel may take my gaze off of the PC. What are your 5 must-haves? Put your thoughts in the comment box below. For now, this is The Core, your resident entertainment techie, signing out.